started just like this. 4 days ago. Fighting to breathe. To survive.
Parker.
Venom! That morning, everything changed.
I'm feeling hungry.
No! Eddie!
What?
Venom, get ready for a world of pain.
Hey everyone, welcome back to News to Astonish, where we discuss comics, movies, games, and more. Today we're going to dive deep into the black suit topic. We're going to talk about what kinds of abilities we can expect, as well as the ability to be able to switch in and out of the black suit. I got a lot of questions myself, and all I can really do is come up with my theories and suggestions for Marvel Spider-Man 2. Before we get started, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click on the bell notification so you all don't miss anything. I post videos on a daily basis. I live stream on Sundays from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern time. It's definitely a fun time if you want to stop by and engage with everyone else there. Please join my Discord. The invitation link to that is in the description box below, along with the links to my Instagram and Twitter. It definitely supports the channel if you subscribe. We're trying to reach 10,000 subscribers, people. Anyways, moving on to the topic at hand. Marvel Spider-Man 2 presents a lot of opportunities for improvement and additional neat features. A fun little game that came out back in 2008 called Spider-Man Web of Shadows. That game is one of my all-time favorite Spider-Man games ever. One of the neatest, coolest features in that game was the ability to be able to switch between the regular and black costume. It blew my mind how at the time no one ever thought of that idea until then. Should that feature be implemented in Marvel Spider-Man 2, I'm afraid the game might receive some criticism about it not being original enough. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that if and when we do get the black suit, Peter Parker will always be wearing the black costume until the story requires him to finally take it off. I could only imagine what that's going to look like on the PS5, both with the black suit and once we get to the sequence of him inevitably having to remove the costume. Oh my goodness, that's going to look so good. Honestly, my theory is Insomniac Games isn't going to go the route of Web of Shadows. We already know that Insomniac Games Spider-Man does borrow some elements from previous Spider-Man games and even movies. All Spider-Man games are similar in their own way, but Insomniac Games just manages to make theirs that distinguishable from the rest. You may be saying, well, Ronnie, how do you know there's even going to be a black suit in Marvel Spider-Man 2? Come on, you all saw Venom in that trailer. This is supposed to be a Venom's first appearance in this Spider-Man universe. It's probably the most famous Spider-Man story of all time. So many game mechanics can be applied just by having the black suit included in the game. Maybe not being able to switch in and out of the suit will be in the game only because it would probably defeat the purpose of the supposed narrative. Allow me to elaborate. In Spider-Man Web of Shadows, you were allowed to choose your own destiny. You either chose the path of the light side or the dark side. That was Web of Shadows' narrative. In Marvel Spider-Man 2, Peter at some point needs to get rid of the black suit because in every Spider-Man story that includes the black suit in it, always brings nothing but pain and misery to not only Peter, but to everyone else around him. In Web of Shadows, you had the freedom to take power and darkness over light and righteousness. So if you ever chose to be in the light side, let's say throughout the entirety of the Web of Shadows game, there wouldn't really be much weight or impact when you beat the game. In Marvel Spider-Man 2, I want to be able to feel the weight and consequences of my actions just by using the black suit. Without a doubt, Peter Parker is going to do some pretty dark things in the sequel. It's already been confirmed that Marvel Spider-Man 2 is going to be a much darker game. I believe when Peter Parker's actions while wearing the black suit should be permanent. This isn't really going to be a game where we get to choose to be bad or good, which again really defeats the purpose of character growth of the hero. And one of those dark things that we're going to see is probably a metaphor for like drug addiction, because in some stories Peter was actually addicted to the black suit. So something like that could be a dark element that we might be seeing in the sequel. And that's just one of the many bad decisions that Peter's going to be making in the sequel. And I look forward to seeing something like that in the game. This is going to be a game about a character, a hero going through personal hardships just because he made a few bad decisions. Spider-Man is going to learn how to carry that weight and be a greater hero, which is why we all love this character so much. I honestly don't want a sequel of Web of Shadows or a spiritual sequel, whatever you want to call it. I have no doubt in my mind that Marvel Spider-Man 2 will be its own thing, and it will easily be distinguishable from Web of Shadows. Web of Shadows is a phenomenal game, and what's been done before doesn't need to be brought back again. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Guys, what are your thoughts about my theories about all of this that I'm talking about? I believe the ability to be able to switch back between black and regular suits won't be a feature in the sequel. Honestly, it's a disaster waiting to happen, and the most annoying thing that can come out of it is people constantly comparing the sequel to Web of Shadows, and we all know we probably don't want that. Now, that's not to say that we won't have the freedom to go into the menu and switch into a black suit. I'm not saying that. I want that feature implemented. I'm talking about as a power, switching between the black suit and the regular suit, and basically choosing the path of righteousness or darkness, basically. I don't want that in the sequel because it'll feel so out of place and it won't be consistent with what Insomniac Games has been pushing for in their Spider-Man franchise. So that's basically what I'm trying to say. The Marvel Spider-Man games should remain as it should, original games from one of the most profound gaming studios ever. Thank you, Insomniac Games. Marvel Spider-Man 2 is coming next year, and I for one can't wait to see what Insomniac Games has in store for us. You can either agree or disagree with my theories. Either way, I would like to read your theories. I want to know what are your thoughts about my theories, and if you have totally different ideas, I would like to read that as well. And if you do disagree, please share it down below and do so respectfully, because I love reading all your comments. Please let me know down below. If y'all liked what you saw here, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click on the bell notification so y'all don't miss videos like this, and I will see you all in the next comic panel.
Will one of you finally give me what I desire?
PlayStation